So let's say you bought a running and driving project car. I'm curious to know what would be the first upgrade that you would do to said vehicle. I want you to pause the video and comment below what's the first upgrade you would do to a running and driving project car. Doesn't matter, it could be a drag racer, cruiser, drifter. Just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. I just upgraded something on my project car that I wish I did way sooner. What is it? The interior. We're talking seats, custom headliner, steering wheel. I honestly was thinking about doing other upgrades myself when I put a post out on my community page saying what should I do with the Supervette next, and one fellow YouTuber said I should consider the interior. It made me think about the thousands of miles I had driven in this car. So for now, we're throwing out the poll results, which clearly said I should turn up the motor, and I'm going to choose to be comfortable. I think a lot of us actually mistakenly put the interior things on our wish list for our project car just because it doesn't make the car any faster. But I feel like it feels better when you have a nice interior. The interior is the thing that you experience the most of your car. So why don't you want your experience to look and feel nice? This is the stuff you're going to want to get. This 3M headliner adhesive, it's pretty expensive. I'd say it's worth it. I've used it a couple times and never had a headliner fall down. And that's another great thing about hatchbacks. You can just fit the whole headliner through the hatch. One thing I'm curious to see is how much quieter that'll make it on the highway. Next, it's time for the seats. This is the seat that I chose. This is the Performance World Sport Seat 2. I went with this seat for a couple options. First of all, they're a Canadian company, so that's kind of nice. They're relatively affordable. This is an entry-level seat. And on their website, they actually have all of the specific detailed drawings with dimensions of all of their seats right online. So that was kind of nice because I could go with a tape measure out to the garage and make sure it would fit in a tiny car. This seat has the footprint that just fits into a Chevette. Once I get the brackets mocked up, we'll have to see how the height goes. That's the one variable I'm not quite sure about. They didn't say how thick the cushioning was, but that's pretty specific. It does have 5-point harness capabilities. We're just going to keep the regular lap belts right now, but that's nice to have that option in the future. It does have some very sturdy bolsters. It's something I wanted for an autocross purpose. Something to make you feel like you're going to stay in the car when taking a corner. The other thing that I liked about it, it's got a really thin profile on the back, which for having a back seat is nice that I'm not going to lose legroom. They are reclining as well. If you ever need to go that far back, you can have a siesta before, between your hot laps or whatever. We'll see how they work. Tape measure research time. The mounting holes are 13.5 inches wide. Conveniently, on a Chevette, they're also 13.5 inches wide. When does that happen? I actually think I'm gonna use the Chevette sliders because they have a lot of weird floor height things going on here. If I can use the Chevette sliders, that's gonna save me a lot of time making brackets. One downside, I think this actually has a little bit more cushioning, so I'm a little closer to the ceiling. Well, I don't think we can get it a whole lot lower really to the floor.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. These are the stock Chevette sliders. As you saw when I put it in the car, my head was pretty close to the ceiling. These are the sliders that they sent us. If we lay them beside each other, we'll notice we're going to get probably a whole inch out of height, or less height, I guess. And that inch is what we need to make this seat fit nice, especially when we got a driver or passenger with a helmet. So even when you think you get lucky, we just wasted a half an hour mocking stuff up when we could have just went straight to welding up brackets. Anyways, here we go. Nice. I like the looks of this already. I'm gonna sit in it. First time. Ooh. It literally sounds quieter when you close the door. It doesn't echo inside the car anymore. I feel like I can actually move the pedals and everything. Ooh, this is nice. Here's a quick tech tip for mounting seats. When you need to make your own brackets, what are your reference points for mounting seats? Well, obviously you should be centered with the steering wheel, and you should consider, how long your legs are to the pedals. But something a lot of people don't think about is where your elbow is going to be when you shift into second or fourth gear. When I set these up, I like to put the trans in second gear, hold onto the shifter, and give my elbow at least an inch of clearance. That way when you're shifting, you can bang it from first to second or from third to fourth and not worry about hitting anything with your elbow. I am glad that I went with the actual seat sliders that were provided with the seats. They actually have a lot larger range. I mean, if you need to stuff something in the back and you don't want to open the hatch or something, it's nice to have the seat slide that far forward, or passengers, get passengers in the back easier. And look how far back it goes. Oh boys. And very importantly, we have a clutch again. Master cylinder has been replaced. So there you have it. I guess I'm more of a believer of interior upgrades now. Maybe it's just a sign that I'm getting older. But I'm really happy with it. I honestly like the car more. And I think when it comes to the world of project cars, that's what it's all about, having some fun. So I think it is a big win, and I do think all of you should consider interior upgrades maybe a little sooner than you do. If you like making stuff and going fast, check out the other videos on my channel, and stay tuned. We will be taking the Supervette to a few events this summer, so we can actually test out all of the upgrades we've done to it. As always, guys, go make something, have some fun with your buddies, and go fast.